and welcome back to the Film Reel Cast. I'm Stuart, your host. We're back in the dojo. It's episode 9, season 2 of Cobra Kai. And this episode is called Pulpo. I've got no idea what Pulpo means. Maybe we'll find out, maybe we won't, who knows. But all I know is I hope it improves on the last one. As you remember, if you've seen the last episode, I wasn't too impressed. I'm worried that this episode is just plateauing out into a bit of a nothing because we're coming to the end of the season. Some things just don't improve as they go on. They struggle, they want to come to a conclusion, but they don't know how to get there. Such things like Parks and Recreation. I really enjoyed that, a really funny series, but as it got to the end, they ran out of ideas and they were rushing it. They were padding it out with a lot of nonsense. And I'm worried they're going to do this to season 2. Maybe they won't, but I'm just worried that they will. Okay, before we get into that, click on that subscribe button, click on the notifications, and you won't miss an episode. I've got The Mandalorian, which I really enjoy doing. I'm really passionate about. I get over excited when I talk about that. It's a reaction podcast. I watch about 5 minutes, which I haven't seen, and then I just review what I've just seen. So you get my instant reactions. It's a really good fun podcast. Or I say a podcast, it's all on video. You can see me overreact. I've got The Shield, brilliant police drama. Vic Mackey, a corrupt strike force team, doing what they want in a town called Farmington. They run the guns, they run the drugs, they run the prostitution, and they are the police. What could be even worse than that? And of course, I've got Cobra Kai season 1, nearly the end of season 2, and I'm starting to do random films. I've done Would You Rather, which is a very dark, satirical kind of horror film, where the question is, would you rather have something horrible or something even more horrible happen to you for the sake of winning some money? If you've never seen it, watch the review. It's full of clips, it's full of pictures. It's a really good fun podcast. Okay, so just check those out. Subscribe, notifications, and you won't miss a thing. Okay, on with Cobra Kai, episode 9, called Pulpo. Okay, as you can see from the opening, the intro, that we know what this is going to be about. It's Tori against Samantha. Remember in the last episode that Samantha pushed Tori over, but no one saw the other way around when Tori barged Samantha at the roller disco, leading to, as I said, one of the most embarrassing things that could happen, getting banned from a roller disco. So they've got that beef there together. We know it's going to explode. We just don't know how. So in this episode, I'm hoping we'll find out. And we'll hope it's just fireworks and someone kicks ass. I need something to happen. There's too much chat at the moment. And there's just lots of kissing and hugging and lovely relationships. So we can see from the out that this is going to be training montage for Samantha. Training montage for Tori. It's like Rocky 4. One's on the beach, learning the Miyagi philosophical way of just relaxation, channeling your energy, where you've got Tori smashing crap out of a bag. In between, they're both doing good impressions of Siamese twins to Robbie and to Miguel, where they just can't stop kissing. So that's the way it's going to pan out this episode. Hopefully there'll be fireworks. So after face sucking each other, I said the word sucking, for about the 100th time, Robbie and Samantha go to tell the LaRussos that they're a couple. And as they walk into the front room, of all people who should be there, it's Robbie's mum. Remember, she's the one who goes out and she probably does drugs, drinking, and she just loves to meet random men and have random sex. But she tells him that she's changing and she wants to improve her life and go into rehab. So that's a real shot across the bows for Robbie, who wants to break that news. I think it's ruined his moment. But he can stay with the LaRussos. In the meantime, he's told to go and live with his dad because his dad wants him back. But obviously it's very difficult. He's in the middle between his mum, between Daniel. He doesn't know what to do. So we'll see how that pans out. So if you remember from the last episode, Carmen was going out with Dick Van Dyke. I've got the worst English accent going. Scumbag. And he was cheating on her. So Johnny did the honourable thing and beat him up. So now they've got together as a couple. They go out for a meal. It's their first date. And unbeknown to them, Daniel and Amanda are doing exactly the same thing. The same restaurant. Who would have believed it? Of all the places, they go to the same place. It's almost as if it's been scripted. So they go there and their tables, oh my God, it's been scripted again, are next to each other. What's going on? It's like it's a TV series. And next to each other, this is obviously going to cause arguments. They've both got huge egos. They've both got a past. They don't like each other. Thankfully, the wives are normal people and they can get on and they can be civil. It starts off with the first few conversations, a general dick measuring contest, as in, I've got a massive garage, I've got a really big dojo with lots of students, I kicked your ass, I had your girlfriend, and it just goes on like that. It gets a bit boring, it gets a bit cringy, to be honest, and thankfully Carmen and Amanda put a stop to it. But throughout the evening, as you'd predict, and as you'd expect, and probably want to happen, I wanted it to happen, that they learn that Chris is now kicked out. Johnny even admits his mistakes, that it's not a war. And Daniel's quite surprised, and it's nice for them to start talking. And they get closer and closer, and they bond throughout the night. They even joke about last time I had 4 rounds of yoga, I got kicked in the face, when they start drinking. And then they dance, and they really make up. They have a really nice evening, a really relaxing evening. Both of them are getting on so well. The wives are getting on really well. And really, the main protagonists of this is Amanda, and it is Carmen. And they get these two guys together. And at the end of the evening, they shake hands, and they're best friends. And it's a nice moment. The only worrying thing is that it's valet parking. They both wait outside after they've shaken hands. And Johnny was drinking Coors Lager all night. Daniel has been drinking spirits all night. They're both pissed up, you can tell. They're either pissed up or it's poor acting. And they drive home. What's that all about? Where's the lesson there? You don't drink and drive, boys and girls. But they both get in their cars and drive home. So I'm waiting for a taxi for them to turn up and even say I can't drive, so I've been drinking. But nope, they both drive home. But they've made up and they're friends. So they've really built this occasion up for it to suddenly crumble and come down in the next episode. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting Kreese to come in and piss on everyone's parade. So Moon says to Samantha that she's having a party. Her friends are away. So why don't you come over and just enjoy yourself? It'll be nice. It's been a long time since we've been out together. Get all of their friends together and come over. So she goes there with Robbie, with Dimitri, everyone from Daniel's dojo. They all go over to Moon's for a party. But when they get there, there's the Cobra Kai dojo as well. And it's a really funny moment. As you can see from this video, it's so corny. It's just fantastic. Every person has got their own enemy. As you can see, you've got Geek against Geek. You've got Chris against Mitch. You've got Tori against Samantha. You've got one geek against another geek. You've got Miguel against Robbie. They're all stare downs against each other across the lounge. And Moon comes over and says that she wanted to get everyone together because she wants what's best for everyone. She wants peace. She wants the arguments to stop. And if she thinks they're going to stop at a kid's party when everyone's getting pissed up, playing party games, she's got another thing coming. So to bring things to more of a head, there's a party game that you see Tori playing prior to the actual main incident, where you stand on a chair with one leg in the air and you're drinking shots. And as you drink shots, obviously you're getting more and more pissed and you're going to fall over. And as you see, one kid wipes out against Tori. You already get the impression she's a bit of a party girl, she can handle a drink. So Samantha wants to give it a go. Samantha is good as gold, goody two-shoe, a little princess. She wants to give it a go. And it's quite a funny moment. They drink and drink and you can see she's getting more and more pissed. And the moment where she's really wobbly, where Tori says, I think you're going to lose. Do you want to stop now? You're going to embarrass yourself. She kind of uses her kind of the calm aura inside her, the training that she's been doing to control her pissedness and sober up again. It's quite funny that she goes from tanked up instantly to closing her eyes, doing this little move, to the panpipes coming in, and it cures all the fact that she's been tanked up on alcohol, Zambuca and gin and vodka. All of that's forgotten thanks to the panpipes. I'm surprised we didn't get a montage of drinking prior to this, so she was okay. But she carries on doing it, and in the end, it's Tori is the one who topples from the tower, who falls on the floor. And it's quite a nice moment, and I'm glad that Samantha's done it. They're both being as petty as each other, don't get me wrong. But Tori has obviously been that much worse when she instigated the incident at the roller ring. So I'm glad for once she's got her comeuppance. So Hawk has his moment. He's trying to get over Moon. So when this really fit girl walks in, he tries to use his reputation to chat her up. And he walks over there and he tries to chat her up. And he seems to be doing okay. But Moon comes over, and to his utter surprise, to his amazement, and also his disgust, I think, that they kiss. And Moon comes out the closet that she's now a lesbian, and this is her girlfriend. This is a shock, understandably, to Hawk, who had a tattoo for her, who thought that he was invincible and irresistible to the opposite sex, to find out that his only girlfriend has now turned into a lesbian and is dating this girl, has really dented his ego. So it's no surprise that when Dimitri sits next to him and wants to kind of break bread, make friends, that he's not interested. And he tries hard, bless him, Dimitri, and he's not a people person and he can't talk to people. He ends up getting right on their tits, including mine in previous episodes as mentioned. So he goes down the geek route of Doctor Who and he looks like he's winning Hawk over, but he isn't. And Hawk gets up and pours a beer all over him, and things kick off, and things get worse pretty quick. So whilst the party's kicking on, Dimitri, and fair play to him, he grows a massive pair of balls, gets the DJ's microphone, and makes an announcement to everyone. And he talks about that they used to be good friends, and I'm referring to Hawk. And part of his announcement gets the fires burning inside the belly of Hawk. And the rage, he's told to be merciful, but after what he said, he just wants to kill Dimitri. And this is the reason why.
He's a big softie. We watched every Harry Potter movie together, and he bawled like a baby when Dobby died.
All right, if he doesn't shut up, I'm gonna shut him up.
Remember what Sensei said about showing mercy.
I've got one more thing. Have any of you heard of sleep enuresis?
Don't.
That is the medical term, of course. In the King's English, it's good old-fashioned bedwetting.
And to be honest, I can understand why Demetrius said this. He had years and years of bullying. His only friend, who was Hawk, has now turned into someone who's bullying him also. Remember the chase through the shopping centre? So fair play to Dimitri, I think, for standing up to the bully and saying what he wants to and embarrassing him. It's a nice piece of medicine back at Hawk, who's been a bully and a real shit, and he's forgotten his roots and he's forgotten his friends. Because at the end of the day, when this all crumbles, he'll have Dimitri there, probably for the one to pick up the pieces, and they'll be friends again. So for those of you who've been doing your homework, you remember that I said a couple of episodes back that I wish that Samantha would have been told about the Medal of Honor that Hawk stole. And in her drunken state, Aisha tells her that Miguel did the right thing and dropped the Medal of Honor back, and it was given to Robbie. And she denies this. She said it was found in the garden, but Aisha says no, Miguel did the right thing. And she's shocked. And I'm so pleased this has happened, because Miguel has done the right thing all the way through. Every single episode, he's done the right thing, and he's got nowhere about it, and he's ended up with Tori. And they're a good match, and she's a good girl, but Samantha has always been his true love. So, but I think she's too drunk to actually remember and comprehend about this situation, this revelation that's been given to her by Aisha. And thankfully for Robbie, I think he may have dodged a bullet. But they go outside to the swimming pool, and Miguel meets Samantha, and they talk. And yes, they kiss. The kiss that we've been waiting for, the will they won't they kiss, has finally happened by the swimming pool. And Robbie isn't there to witness it, but Tori is looking through the window and sees both of them kissing. There's going to be huge fireworks. There's going to be a massive fallout in the next episode. I think Tori is the kind of person who will do things and doesn't have that stop switch, and it may do something really harsh to Samantha or even Miguel, but I think Samantha's going to bear the brunt of this. So arguments flare and tempers rise at this party. And understandable, everyone's had a drink. There's been fights, there's been arguments. There's been people kissing each other. No surprise there. But just before it kicks off, the police arrive and they split everything up. And you've even got Stingray there. Remember, I've already said I don't like this character. He's an idiot. Whether he's going to change, I don't know. But even his girlfriend, who he turns up with, and even with her, I think he's punching above his weight. That she says, I thought we were going around a friend's house. And he says, yeah, this is my friend's house. It's a kid's party and he's an adult. He shouldn't be there. And he's got bottles like a college frat party, sellotaped, duct taped to his hands. He's just an idiot. He's a joke. I don't understand what his part is in this yet. Maybe that will come next episode, but I don't know whether he's just there for the jokes, which for me aren't working. But he's just a stupid character. He plays no part. He doesn't help the plot. But he's there, and the police turn up, and everyone starbursts and gets out of the house. Obviously, Miguel doesn't know where Tori is. Tori's gone. Tori witnessed Miguel kissing Samantha, and we don't know where she is. Maybe she's there somewhere hiding to do something to Samantha. But Samantha, you see, is with Robbie, and they turn up at the place you'd least expect them to. And Johnny's just finished his date with Carmen, and it's gone really well. And he's at home, and he drops her off. And when there's a knock at the door, and he thinks it's Carmen wanting some more, coming back for seconds. I don't know whether it's to his horror that his son's at the door with a drunk LaRusso, or whether he's pleased that his son's chosen to come back to his home address with a drunk LaRusso. But he's missing out on possible sex with Carmen, which is always going to be a bad thing. But what is going to be the fallout? A normal adult would ring Daniel and say, your daughter's here, she's drunk, she'll stay the night, I'll bring her back in the morning. That would make people worry about nothing. That would be an explanation. That would be the adult thing to do. But I'm sure in this series, it will be the opposite of that. It will be something that will cause arguments, something that will raise the ante again, and there'll be another fallout. So that was episode 9. Not a bad episode, but not a great one. It seems to be building up. I'd love to see the fallout of Robbie not giving that Medal of Honor in. I'd like to see that. Because Robbie's been doing okay. And he's been playing the long game. And he has got a result with Samantha. But he's been sneaky about it. Miguel hasn't been sneaky yet. He's been a bit confused in love with Tori and Samantha. But he's always been honest. So I'd like a bit more to happen. I'd like a bit more anger, a bit more fire. We're only getting that from Johnny at the moment. And Johnny, I'm pleased he's made up with Daniel. Be good to see where that goes. I'd love to see it stay where it is. And Kreese could be a third wheel and ruin that towards the end. I mean, next episode is the final one of season 2. So the ante's got to be raised. It's got to be left. So we want more for season 3. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that review. If you did enjoy, click subscribe, click notifications button, okay, and tell everyone else that you've seen and you've found a wonderful podcast such as this. Okay, I'm Stuart, I'm your host, and I'll be back very soon for more Mandalorian and for more Cobra Kai. Thank you for watching.